Hello and welcome to the second half of the total lunar eclipse. We're looking at the Rouge River here in the beautiful city of Dearborn. Off yonder is the Glass House, the world headquarters of Ford Motor Company. I'm going to go up Evergreen, but talking with urban planning and the like, there's no sidewalks here. All right, the Rouge River watershed, ours to protect. I'm wondering if it's clean enough where you could have canoeing on here or not. That might be an iffy. But it should be explored if at all possible. They do it on the Huron River in Ann Arbor. Rafting and all that stuff. Here, yeah, no sidewalks along here. I'm going to enter Valley View Drive as if I'm going to Fairlane Town Center, and it was an oversight. Like, nobody's going to walk here. Nobody's going to take a bike path or whatever. And there's nothing here. You can walk on the grass. There's some new condos, I believe, that are going up there at the entrance. That's a nice site. I think the mayor wants to redevelop Fairlane Town Center, so stay tuned. We may hear something might be happening here or there. Here you got it. There's no sidewalk heading south on Evergreen to Michigan Avenue. No sidewalk. There's kind of like a little grassy area with a lot of leaves and debris. And then over the bridge, there's kind of like a sidewalk there and a guardrail to keep you from falling into the river. Then they got some cones. I'm just pointing this out because I had a friend got a master's degree in urban planning, Jim Fox. And he's gone through Dearborn and said Dearborn is car-centric. It was built for cars. Nary a thought went to pedestrians and cyclists. Here, if you want to go, I think a lot of people went right through the sign here like I'm going to do if they were walking. Kind of can see a little trail here. Not many people use it. I don't know if there's going to be future plans. There's going to be a trail we'll see up here in a little bit. But yeah, Jim said, hey, Dearborn was never set up. It's just all cars. Get cars in and out. And if Dearborn wants to be that world-class, top-notch world-class city, they're certainly going to have to pay more attention to the pedestrians and the cycle paths. Here we have the train station on the other side here, so that's a good start to have a transit authority, a central location. Here there's a gateway trail here, and they even have a little wall built there, and I don't know, these are like holly berries. I don't think they're good to eat. I wouldn't try that. Yeah, Rouge Gateway Trail. So here's a look at the Rouge, and we had flooding before, and I don't think this is supposed to be a good thing when you have little dam action set up by trees that are falling down. So I don't know what the thing to do is clean that up, or if it really makes a difference or not. Certainly you're not going to do any canoeing or rafting if that's there. Here, but they're promoting bikes. I like this. If you have a bike, you got to fix it up, put some air in the tires, whatnot. They have the tools there. So it's a good start. They just don't continue that bike path onto Fairlane. That should be something that should be a no-brainer. But hey, we'll get to it. People can offer their input. That's one thing I would say. Let's put a sidewalk through there. There's U of M students and all that. They have a sidewalk that this is nice, a boardwalk that goes behind this restaurant, which is aptly named. It was, wasn't it in Andiamos most recently, but they closed. But they have new management here. Now they have owls. I think that keeps the mice down, the Mises down, but they probably also double as security. Here it's named the boardwalk, and it says coming soon. So we'll take a peek inside and see how the progress is going. And they might have done a little of the demo, but they got to table there set up, but I didn't see much going on in there. This is the view out back, so I imagine a patio area here. They'd have tables set up. I think I only patronized this place like one time. It's the main entrance there. And then, holy cluck, they want you to have their truck come by. A curb master. All right, here's the marquee that you see out front. Boardwalk. And they got a sidewalk. It kind of starts in front of the restaurant. So we'll have a sidewalk going through here. So not to worry. There's always an expense with everything, of course. But here they have a birdhouse. And those are small birds. And it's way up there. But yeah. We're going to check this out. Orville Hubbard had his statue here. This is the Dearborn Historical Museum, and they moved it. I guess it's on some of the relatives, their private property for Orville. But yeah, it was there. This is the Z71, the new one. And then a special edition here, the top, one of the top of the line is a Black Spider one, or Black Widow. Here you can get here by bus, so the Smart Bus, and then it looks like they have like little local things that you can take. There's a picture of a Camaro. Nice flowers. The timing's off on so many clocks. Little anal. I'm not partial to the word, but I like to keep accurate time. And anyway, that's Chelios there. They're the old Chelly's restaurant, and they still have to do some, or they're working on that building. I presume it's going to be a restaurant. Not quite sure, but yeah, that's all urban planning. I'm going to have to talk with the Chamber of Commerce. I love this double eagle here. What did it say? Valley of Detroit, I think. And then this, a lot of history here, if you can kind of speed read, but it's kind of sitting up on a hill. That's what I was pointing earlier. This is like a high spot where that cornucopia and cool building is. I'm going to go over there a little bit, but it's kind of like on a hill. I would imagine back in the day gave you a view of the neighborhood. But yeah, they had a compound with a wall. That might be the only original building left, the Commandant quarters. I'm not sure. Totally. I should have stopped in and asked, but I was on a limited time schedule. And just looking around. So faith, hope. Guess what the last one is? You guess charity. You are right. But yeah, this is a classic building there. I like it. So the Dearborn Historical Museum in Orville's no longer has his statue out here. Here are what it looked like, and they have some historical placards quite a bit. We're going to check out this Noah's Smokehouse. Cute little building they're in, but this is the one I really like. I love this brickwork. Glow that face up. Yeah, look at the brickwork here. Classic. Zigzag look. And then the sun, we had a good sunrise early in the day. Had the lunar eclipse, which was cool, and it was total. It was really cool. And it was on a full moon day. So a full moon, but then it wasn't really like a bright full moon. It was an eclipsed full moon. It was really cool. And yeah, this, I call it a cornucopia. I don't know what you call it. It's like a turret up there on top. Love this building. Glad to see it's finally occupied. Yeah, that's so sharp it could pop a balloon. Yeah, that's really a pin. But here at Monroe and Michigan Avenue, and this is the Commandant's quarters, so if you can speed read again. Let's see, I wanted to say it was a fire station, police station, church, courthouse, school facility, library, and meeting hall. It did all of that after a lot of history in this building. Really cool. Now, here's the bike path, and they got it painted green. I like that. Good deal. Good deal. The Mint, I'm just taking a peek inside. I guess you can maybe order with that QR code. Gotta be careful. Everything's monitored these days, so I'm not going to do any hanky-panky kind of stuff. You're welcome here. Our house is your house. I like the pictures here. It makes you just want to travel, doesn't it? Now with COVID restrictions releasing or letting up quite a bit, travel's a little easier. Here's the wood out back for Noah's Smokehouse. And so you see the inside. Would have been nice if they were open. Welcome, cowboy. Yeehaw. So yeah, barbecue. Sounds good. All right, the great commoner. This is one with the turret up top. I asked if I could take a picture of this because the colors just jump out at you. But these desserts are just fabulous. or scrumptious. Yeah, I'll have like one of each of those. But yeah. Oh, you could take some of those home and people probably would be fighting over these things. But yeah, they look like pieces d'art kind of a thing. But I got myself a pumpkin spice latte thing to go. But yeah, I'm checking out the building here. It's good to see it's occupied. I guess it's been a couple of years. Where have I been? They got pictures of the rotunda. I'm having trouble with the lighting in the background. But they have an event space here that you can rent out. If you have your coffee, you can sit out back and chill. Look at your laptop or check out your phone. Look at the brickwork here. There's my coffee. Here, the street lights west downtown. Now, they had a cool ghost mural back here, and they scrubbed that out of there. It was from back in the day. I got video from years past, but man, they should have kept that because it was cool. Here, a piece d'art, and this from the Detroit Design Center, and they have several sculptures located throughout Dearborn. And this is kind of, I think Dearborn's kind of promoting, the Westborn thing, because they really have like two downtowns, Westborn and Eastbourne's kind of centered at Schaefer and Michigan. And then they have a Midtown area. Off in the distance, I see it. Here's the Amtrak train en route to Chicago. Let's listen in. And there she goes, way off yonder. And let's see. I picked up a new schedule when I was at the John Dingle Transit Center. And in Dearborn, it's supposed to be through the station at 9:53. And that's the Wolverine 353 line, a daily line. I don't know if I showed the clock. I missed it. I think it was 9:59 possibly. I'm trying to impart too much information. I don't have enough time. Here there's art. I say art is everywhere, even in the utilities. Look how how great they kind of did this up. And it goes up in five, I think it's five, go off to the left. The other continue up top, 3 branch off. Then another 3 and another 3. How cool is that? They made it look good. And then this is a Turkish place. I couldn't believe the lamps, the light. I love lighting. Look at these things, these chandeliers. They're awesome. They had great decor. I didn't have enough time to look at all of it. Even the hats on the tables. Kind of neat. And this building here used to be the site of Howell's Bar. They had a fire a few years back, and it sat vacant for a while, and then they put this building up, so it's apartments up top and retail, commercial, like on the first level. I like that concept. That's all urban planning. Nashville hot, so that's a fairly new place. This place, I'll give them credit. They seem to be one of the low ballers as far as gas prices go. And so they always attract a crowd. Unfortunately, it kind of backs up traffic sometimes on Michigan Avenue on the right-hand turn lane as people are trying to enter. But yeah, I love the decor of the station. Here we even get a peek at an old car gassing up. But yeah, look at I love the style. That's great. The lamp looks good. The red tile up top. Oh yeah. I'm a fan of architecture because that's kind of like architecture is like art, right? I don't know if it's derives from the same base or derivative would stand to reason, but Dearborn Public Library here, the Bryant branch. This is a stout, sturdy building. Here's a Dearborn should. I know we just recently had a time change. We fell back an hour. We're on Eastern Standard Time, but Dearborn. Here's where the Chamber of Commerce is. So shame on them. They could tell them just, hey, we need someone to adjust the clock. I know it's not a priority, but if you're serious about the city, fix your clock. This is the sidewalk on Michigan Avenue, though. It feels a little hazardous walking. Ideally, you would love extra space on the front end, and that's where the back end of the buildings. And they do have parking and the light back there, but the main entrances should be in the rear of the building. This is a new restaurant here, and they have dining out front in Michigan Avenue. So here, new mixed-use development, they're talking about this, and they'd have to pigeonhole or squeeze fit it in between these two buildings, but it's doable, or you make a pocket park. Do something like that, have fun with it. Now the lofts at West Village, I think they have several buildings through here, and they have lofts up top, certainly on both sides here, but even in other areas. Louis Eat, Drink, Be Happy, those are words to live by. I like that Moose's Martini place. They make good martinis there. Better Health. Here I'm checking, there's a lot of ethnic restaurants. Ethnic restaurant like flavors. Anyways, I made it back. This is free parking. Gotta love that. DET.com is the website, but I like this because we're going to focus on Dearborn, focus on Michigan. It's a winter wonderland. This is my humble abode, and my bear is keeping an eye on things and very patriotic. I voted. There's the family and everything. Well, I'm just showing inside. The Dirty Show logo, that was an art piece that I bought earlier in the year, and I show it periodically. It looks cool, but the power play was what I was interested in, and to see if there was a winner. And I came back in the afternoon. Well, no, it's 11:32 on Election Day Tuesday, but it was total lunar eclipse day, actually. Number one, it was that. But they just announced, I guess it was around 10 o'clock, they announced the winner of the Powerball.
So we'll turn around in the winds, which will be in strong.
The draw numbers were there. And I don't know if there should be like a recheck on that because none of those numbers matched. I even bought 3 tickets, one for my sister in Canada and one for my mom and dad. So I had 3 chances at nary a number. This is the official site, and they're still not saying why it was. They have the winning numbers, but they don't say why. It was unclear as to what happened. So it was a big to-do. Apparently, the vacuum cleaner that they put instead of the vacuum mode, they put it on the other way and it blows the air. Apparently, can't say for sure, but apparently it stopped working and they had to get another vacuum cleaner. See, they blow the balls around. I guess the Powerball's the red one. There was a video online with this, so I'm kind of showing how this works. Yeah, it's as simple as a vacuum cleaner just to blow some air to toss those balls around. Who knew? I mean, seriously. They delayed it 10 hours. They had to wait till the Home Depot opened. I guess it opened at 9 or something, and they rushed over there. Or it could have been something else. Let's have a... and then the question came, did anyone win the Powerball? It was like I was all set because they didn't pick the right numbers. I was saying, okay, we'll let the pot grow a little bit, and I'll get it the next go around. And so on Twitter, they were speculating a little bit. And then I kind of let it go. And I thought maybe the news, here they were talking about voting. Let's see.
Watching several key races this noon. Let's start with the governor's race and a female down, and that is those Powerball numbers. They are finally in.
Yeah, so they were delayed overnight, which was rather unusual. There was apparently an issue within one state, and the jackpot grew to over $2 billion in the process of waiting for these numbers to be drawn. So get out your tickets. Here are the numbers: 10, 33, 41, 47, 56.
Those were the winning numbers.
Let's get out to Jacqueline Francis. She's here in Dallas.
As you said, the drawing did happen, but we're still waiting to find out if there's a lucky winner out there. And in the meantime, the big talker is still that delay from overnight. I talked this morning with someone from the Michigan
of this phenomenon, the eclipse.
Oh, and they did a great job.
We were actually able to view it for most of the early morning hours, between about 4 and 6:30 this morning. Near the end, it turned a red color, which was really beautiful. It'll be a while until we see another total lunar eclipse. In fact, not until 2025. So hopefully you're able to experience that this morning.
Yeah, that total lunar eclipse was kick-ass. But I did the best I could with my camera, but Channel 4 was lights out. They did a fantastic job. That was great video of what they got. Here's inside the MGM. The meeting rooms are upstairs, so a long escalator, and then they have a fountain or a wishing fountain kind of thing here. If you got some spare pocket change or the winnings from your gambling, you can throw it in there for good luck. But yeah, They said I'm doing the editing and so forth. Look at this teardrop. My sister and brother-in-law that are into glass blowing would be impressed with that teardrop. And then one drop fell even down on the floor. I don't know how they did that, but that's kind of cool. They got great playing action. This was the next day, the video I'm shooting here from MGM Grand. My mom likes the casino. That's her, one vice. So, took her to the casino, and I had some business to take care of in Detroit. So, anyways, this was Wednesday, November 9th. And so I asked at the lobby for a map because I wanted to see where all the restaurants, we were trying to check it out. The Deep Prime Steakhouse is their top of the line. The tap room was on the lower one. That's kind of like the family or get a burger and a beer kind of a place. But they serve breakfast and all that. Anyways, that's their lay of the land. This building I really like, but you got to see it at night because it lights up. It's really sweet. Salvation Army building, now owned by DTE Energy, or DTE I should just say. Lucy and Ethel's, they're Lions fans. It's the lower level of the Leland Hotel. I don't know if they used to have, well-dressed man right there. They used to have late night parties, dance parties. $5 if you want to use the bathroom. I guess if you buy a drink, maybe they'll let you use it for free. But yikes, you don't see signs like that often. That would discourage people, I guess. All right, well, the lighting's good today. Nary a cloud in the sky, and the weather was fabulous in the 60s. Here's the Rosa Parks Transit Center, which really looks spectacular. Art is everywhere. Not only functional, but pretty cool looking. Here's a map of the Detroit People Mover, and it goes in a counterclockwise loop now. We're where the star is. You can see the map. They got Ford Field and Comerica Park. For some reason, this location is closed, so the People Mover's just going to skate on by here. All right, Grand River and Times Square. And the Book Tower. And then this is new, this bridge across here. I don't know if it goes to a parking deck, I guess is what that was. Nice detail on the building. I'm looking for there it is, Book Building. Kid you not. But yeah, they sandblasted this and it restored these beautiful ladies up here. But yeah, for mature audiences only. Then the street lights on Broadway. Show the street, but they got a 5. Then the crane, monster crane, that's on the Hudson site, and it's moving around right now. Detroit Beer Exchange, every city needs one of those. The backside of the David Whitney building, and then this building has come back to life. Years ago, I explored this building and said, it's kick-ass, the Farwell, and it's like, wow. And I don't know how, it's been open in maybe a year or a little, I don't. With COVID, it's like set y'all back. And here, I couldn't get inside. Look at the lobby and the lighting and the elevators, and there was a postal worker there. I said, oh, let me get in. I want to get a closer look at the lobby. There's a new foot sneaker place here. I think it was Exhibition, maybe. I don't know if I showed the name. They got some wine bottles there, but yeah, look at this entrance and the lobby. And then the stairs. I remember the staircase up. I would have loved to have taken it to the top, but we'll just go up a floor here. But look at this thing. Yeah, a lot of detail. There's so many cool architectural buildings in Detroit. I'm glad a lot of them were set up for, getting preserved. The marble there is fabulous. Notice they only have one shoe, so you can't match them up. I'm just kidding. But, all right, a lot of construction workers. People, of course, it was a great day, but you can't always work in great weather. But I couldn't believe the number of people working on buildings, construction workers. It was good to see. Here's a market. This is Capitol Park area. Here's a side view of the Farwell building. I'm going to have to come back and spend more time. They got a nice pocket park. It's a triangular-shaped park, and it was the site of the first Capitol building in Michigan. They should put one up those Michigan historic ones. It would have more recognizable. And there's certainly history here, so they could do that. This building used to be blue. It was painted blue on the outside, a gaudy blue. The lower level has a restaurant, Prime and Proper, a beef place. I take it. Maybe they have some seafood. This Puabic tile, I gotta presume, maybe, or assume, I'm not sure. Very colorful, but the Stott building, studios, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom rental suites. Bedrock, well, that's a division of Quicken Loans and Dan Gilbert, who has done a lot for Detroit and doesn't have, look at this, I don't know if you call it like a fresco or what do they call this? I don't think I've ever noticed before. Sometimes you got to do like Isaiah says, look up Can't believe I didn't see this. Look at the detail. Yeah, really nice. And then here we'll check time. And these guys are pretty good, typically. We're always within a minute. But on this particular day, they were like 3 minutes. Wait a minute, where were they at? 3 minutes behind or something. I had to get my phone out to double check. This is the Hudson site. And it's good. Construction workers are great because it means you're being progressive. You're building stuff. Yeah, 11:43, and that shows 11:40. So 3 minutes off. Needs to be an adjustment. All right, some heavy-duty construction elevators. The Z parking garage was off in the back. That's great if you like murals and artwork, that kind of thing. Well done in that parking deck. But yeah, HudsonSiteDetroit.com. This might get a little press because America's Thanksgiving Parade is going to come right down Woodward, right at us. So that's coming up in, well, on the 26th or whatever. Okay, tree lighting November 18th. So that's on a Friday. Oh, I wanted to check inside here, the Avalon. And they started in Midtown. It became popular. They provide people with a livable wage, medical benefits, vacation, that kind of stuff. I mean, they're one of the first, or it seems like one of the first to do it. Everybody was always trying to get people on the cheap, but it's like, hey, make it so people can work a job and live. And they've been popular. And they're doing well, so good on them. So they have a nice location here on Woodward, Main Street, Detroit. And this is a nice Campus Martius Park. Here's a look at the Q line. And go to the DIA. I like that play on words. Very, very clever. And as a Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb County resident, it's free to get in the museum, but that might be a special exhibit, so it might cost extra. So don't hold me like to that. You could go there and it would be free. There might be an additional charge. I have to find out myself, but I remember Van Gogh from back when I was in high school. We had English humanities back then, so we had 3 days of English, one of music, and one of art. I really liked art a lot. Here's the Christmas tree. It was just put up like a day or two before. I think it came from up north. DTE Foundation, part of that. Look at all the sponsors. This is for the hockey rink. They're going to get this going, I think, on the weekend. They got the lights, and they'll have ornaments and all that stuff. They got to decorate the tree. That's going to take some time. Here's the hottie here, that Sailor and Soldiers Monument. She's protecting Detroit. Campus Martius Park, and this was from 1867. All right, well, they're making a big deal with the NFL draft, and although that's great to have, we need more than that. Our own thing is the Thanksgiving Parade. That is really good, put on by Gardner White, the new furniture company in town. Art Van is now defunct. Grand Central Station. Oh, they let the rainbow people in over here, but that used to be a ticket office for the railroad. Capital One has a neat little art display on the side of their building. County of Wayne, Michigan. So this is the city-county building. I think that's the city seal. And then the Spirit of Detroit, looking pretty dapper on this beautiful sunny day. Here we hope for good things. There's a All-American Golden family at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center. And look at the date, 1953. And this is where I got to take care of some business. I have assumed names, and I wanted to renew a business name, Hockey Night in Detroit. And as many times you go up to the county clerk's office. On the second floor, they have assumed names, marriage license, all that kind of stuff. Oh, there's elevator etiquette. Who knew there was so much? Rewind that again and check that out. I have to look over it again. But this was the basement level in the 1953, so the post-Cold War thing. But that's the kind of thing. It looked like a bomb shelter in the lower level, but that green kind of is the 50s. Yeah, this was a renewal notice for things. So Hockey Night in Detroit, but they said you used to be able to do it in person. Now it's online and or by mail. Mail the stuff into them. That's the only way. They didn't have enough people, they said. Staffing is an issue. I would imagine city jobs would pay fairly well, but apparently they have issues. They're still going to need staffing to deal with the mail coming in, but I don't know. Anyways, Fifth Third Bank, that's there. It looks good. Here's some, Voices of Labor. I'm going to show a few quotes here. This one, Coleman A. Young. He's the deliverer of that quote. There's some clever ones here, but talking about labor, which is a good thing. Things need to get done, so yes, we can't all be top 1%, can we? Okay, Abraham Lincoln. I like this statue, and I don't know what the story behind this was, but he had a nose job. It got knocked off somehow, and so they reattached it. I mean, this literally is a nose job. And then they didn't use the same color caulk. They used a darker color and didn't kind of patch it in. So, I mean, I feel sad for Abraham, but it's a little quirk and eccentricity thing of Detroit. Here's Hart Plaza. My evil twin does not like what's happening here because it's I thought it was going to be refurbished and redone. There's like dark, dank concrete hallways, and at least the homeless people are making use of some of the area here. They got tents set up, but in that it's not a great concert venue place. The whole plaza I thought was supposed to get redone. It's a concrete jungle. There's only some grassy area right when you get by the river here. I like this area where it's green and you can sit on the lawn and watch the people walk along the river walk, which is really nice. So this part of the park, here they say come back soon. This part of the park I like, but the back part, looking at the Canadian maple leaves, you're in a different country out yonder. But they had the Underground Railroad, ran from here, ran under the Detroit River to Canada. That was figuratively. But here I think the city of Detroit. So this was dedicated in 2001 when we had our centennial, 300 years. But they got this bolted down a little differently. Before they had it where you could unscrew it, and somebody took that memorial plaque and ran off. The value of the metal apparently was what attracted people. So you got to keep things bolted, but that's true anywhere. Well, we want to call it the Pontchartrain Hotel. It's been bought out. I think they might still use that name. The Dodge Fountain here hasn't done much in years. It's kind of a dud, kind of as fountains go. But here's a look at this under the concrete jungle. They used this area for a skate park for a while, which, at least it was getting some use. But look at this whole area. It was a food court back when they had the ethnic festivals and all that. And then a big plaza here. I mean, concrete everywhere. It's just the concrete, the main entrance is nice, but you have to have more grassy, greeny areas, I think, where people can relax. But the mud condition, too, and all that, it might have to be considered. But they should make a concert venue. This is adjoining Hart Plaza, just east of it. And it turns out this was the site of the Ford Auditorium. and the Detroit Symphony played here for a while, but the acoustics were horrible. But they tore this down. Oh, I wrote it down. They tore this down in July 2011. And what is it now? It's just a parking lot. 11 years. And that's what we got. We tore down, and it's just a parking lot. This is primetime property for the city, right facing the riverfront. It's kind of crazy. They said at one time, oh, we're going to just figure out what's going to happen. They said, okay, we'll put up an aquarium. Do you remember that one? Then it was a jazz museum, then a Motown memorial, and then even Riverfront Library. I didn't know there were that many proposals. Well, anything at this point, it's got to be done right. But how about you could even have, you want it to be multi-use throughout the year. You'd hate to think it's just a summer venue. So I think in one end, they could have a hockey arena, kind of like Campus Martius, but make it a full-size hockey arena. Then you have people play hockey over there, and they pay to play, to rent the ice time. But then people would want to watch. That would be kind of neat. So you could do that in the winter. This is only cashless for the tunnel. But, certainly in the summer, they're talking about a nice summer outdoor concert, but that concrete bowl that they have is just atrocious. It gets really hot in the summer, and then it's uncomfortable. Here's a monument here. I think there was a bust of Columbus that was up here on top. I think the ship kind of gave it away. The foundation is falling apart too, but Columbus is controversial, and I believe that's where he was posted there, and that's nice. They took him down because I guess he was a pretty ruthless guy. Here, the Wayne County building. The statues up top, they were refurbished a few years ago. Just awesome. There's a lot of nice triangular buildings in Detroit. The Wayne County building. Now, whether they still own the building, I was hungry, so I got my 7-Eleven pizza. This is on Bates Street, but I guess this is to scare evil monsters away or something. That guy's kind of creepy, but yeah, what a neat little building. I don't know if anything's going on here. And then on the first level above, or maybe it's the second level, these gargoyles thing, they whatever. Big and bigger. I'm not sure iPhones, I wish they would get smaller, to be honest with you. Temple of Oddfellows. I was the charter member. No, not actually, but I think a lot of other people certainly could be considered odd. I wouldn't be upset if somebody said that of me. But yeah, cool building. Buffalo Wild Wings. Now check out this building. It looks like it's fully completed. I just got to get around. But check this out. I had noticed this before. It's called Lift Build. We'll look at the sign. Live Connected. It's the Exchange is the name. Condominiums, apartments, co-working, retail. There's the website and the phone number. Gotta read that a little better. Here, move over. Lift Build, transforming how the world is built. And Barton Malow, a big construction firm in Detroit, is handling this one. That's what it'll look when it's all done. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom. But look at, and off in the distance, the Greektown Casino Hotel, nice blue windows on that one. Here's the platform. Well, there's the people mover. Yeah, they built it like one floor at a time. It doesn't look like they have one set up. They must have just moved that one up in place. One floor at a time, and then they lift it up, and I'm thinking that's how it works. You got the 2 towers there. Probably where the elevator shafts and all the utilities and what. Here's the Paradise Valley site that's proposed. This whole show's about urban planning. I'm sorry, I can't stop talking. I'm just motor mouth here. I get excited about this kind of stuff. Paradise Valley District Master Plan. So some people already worked on this, and I love it when they give you a Detroit Month by Design. That's a lot of fun they have in September. and they've done a lot of good work. I love when they have these models set up where you can see visually, a scale model like a maquette, but for urban planning. They got the trees set up, and some of these, that's the music hall there, so that's existing. I'm not sure if everything in white, not everything. I'm going to keep a lot. There, I think through the trees, if I can see that, right, I think that's Stevie Wonder. All right, this is another cool triangular building, and the sun was just lighting this up really, really nice. This is inside the lobby. I would have loved to have set up time. I took my mom to the casino and said, hey, I got business to take care of. And she loved going to the casino, but I came down to take care of business, and it didn't happen. But not to worry, I just enjoyed walking around downtown on a just fantastic afternoon. But I'm going to have to close this up and head for home. They got a nice little garden out back. No, I told my mom, I says, I'll meet you back at 1:45, so I'm on a time limit. I'm doing things real quick. But it was exciting because so much has happened and so much is new in Detroit. The Metropolitan, that's like a boutique hotel. That building is reestablished. The Grayson, you got to be careful in this place. This looks like a men's place, upscale. I'm not known for my fashion. I'm kind of very blue collar. Lululemon, that's a fashion store for the ladies back on Woodward Avenue here. And then the Book Tower just looks fabulous. The downtown synagogue, look, here's another person working on, I love the windows there, the stained glass. This is new. This was on the Statler Hilton site, and fabulous that there's a pet supply, because a lot of people have pets downtown. It's like millennials and the young folk want to be where the action is. So the sports, the bars, the restaurants, the music venues, all that happy stuff is within walking distance of downtown. So the United building, they're working on that. The Michigan building has some history, birthplace of the Ford automobile. So that's kind of neat. And if you're going to park somewhere, that is the parking place that, to beat all, is the coolest thing. It took over a theater in there, and you can see the remnants of the theater. Okay, 1:45, I told my mom, and I got to walk back to the MGM. Another look at the Gar building. I call it just simply the castle. There's looking up Grand River Avenue. Here I look the lighting, but these banners are very... It says Energize Detroit, but they need to be replaced. Here's the parking deck, and I'll give props to MGM. It's self-parking. Yeah, park yourself for free, Zippo dollars. But keep that under your hat. Just don't tell anybody and everybody. We don't want it to get too crowded. Folks, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day or evening, whatever the case may be. And I like urban planning, so I'm going to continue with stuff, not just for Detroit, which is my fascination, but with Dearborn, too. Grew up in Dearborn. And I live in Dearborn Heights, so it's like triple D. I'm going to promote Detroit, Dearborn, Dearborn Heights. And Inkster, too. Inkster neighbors. And I like Inkster also. So, but urban planning rocks. All right, folks, take care.